Over the past few decades, technology has completely changed the way we live, work, and communicate, and college education hasn't been left behind. Online learning, once considered a backup option or something only for specific programs, has now become a major part of higher education. Especially after COVID-19 pandemic, colleges everywhere started offering more online and hybrid classes, and students began to see that learning doesn't always have to begin inside a classroom. Online learning has changed college education in a lot of ways, from how students access classes and study materials to how teachers teach, and even how college communities connect. It's made education more flexible and more accessible for many people, but it also created some new challenges. One of the biggest positives of learning online is how it opens doors for people who might not otherwise be able to attend college. Before going to college usually meant living near a campus, sitting in a classroom at specific times, and building your schedule around classes. Now you can attend lectures. Now you can attend lectures or something. Now you can attend lectures or complete assignments from anywhere, whether you're at home, work, or traveling. This flexibility is especially great for people who have jobs, families, or other responsibilities. A single parent, for example, can take an online course late at night after putting their kids to bed. Someone working full-time can make classes on weekends or during breaks. Online learning gives students control over when and where they study, which makes higher education possible for more types of people. It also changed who goes to college. Online programs attract a wider range of students, not just recent high school grads, but also adults returning to school, people in the military, and students from all over the world. That diversity can make discussions richer and bring new perspectives into virtual classrooms. On top of that, online courses often let students learn at their own pace. You can pause a lecture, rewind it, or rewatch it as many times as you want. That can make learning less stressful and more effective, especially for students who prefer to go over material slowly. Online learning doesn't just change where students learn, it changes how they learn. Traditional classes usually means sitting in a lecture hall, taking notes, and raising your hand to ask questions. Online learning works differently. Teachers use video discussion boards, slideshows, and interactive activities to help students learn. Many colleges use online learning platforms like Canvas, Blackboard, or Google Classroom to organize everything: lectures, assignments, grades, and discussions. These tools make it easy for students to stay organized and for teachers to communicate with the whole class. Because online learning is so different, professors have to adjust their methods. Some have found creative ways to make their online classes interesting, adding critique, adding quizzes, video lectures, creating virtual group projects, or using games and polls to keep students involved. Others have struggled with the transition, especially those who aren't as comfortable with technology. The shift has also encouraged some instructors to experiment with flipped classrooms, where students learn basic content online and then use class time, whether online or in person, to discuss practice or ask questions. This kind of blended learning can make education more engaging, but only if both students and teachers put the effort to make it work. One of the biggest downsides of online learning is that it can be harder to stay motivated. In a traditional classroom, students are surrounded by peers, and being physically present can make it easier to stay focused. Online, it's easy to get distracted by your phone, family, or even just the comfort of being at home. Without regular face-to-face contact, some students feel disconnected. It can be hard to ask questions, make friends, or feel like part of a community. Because of this, many online courses have lower completion rates than in-person ones. Some students fall behind or lose interest, especially if the class doesn't include much interaction. Overall, online learning has changed college education in major ways. It has opened up opportunities for those who might not have been able to attend college before. It has pushed schools to become more flexible and creative, but it's also made it harder for some students to stay engaged and connected. And it's highlighted existing inequalities and cross access to technology. Overall, the move toward online education isn't just about convenience. It's about rethinking what learning looks like. The challenge for the future is to make online learning just as personal, engaging, and fair as traditional education. When it's done right, it can give students the freedom to learn anywhere, anytime, while still learning to help them grow, connect, and prepare for the world. Imagine being in a classroom without being in the room, joining from your dorm, your job, or even a different country. For many of us, this isn't an imagination, it's reality. Online and hybrid learning have become a normal part of our education. Today, I'll explain how these models developed and how hybrid classrooms work, and the impact they have on college education. Distance learning started long before computers. In the 1800s, students mailed their assignments back and forth through correspondence courses. By the 1900s, the internet created new opportunities. Universities began offering online courses, and projects like MIT OpenCourseWare made learning materials free. The real turning point came in 2020 when COVID-19 forced nearly every college in the world to move online. What was once an option became default. Hybrid classes are a blend of online and in-person learning. Some students are physically in the classroom while others log in through Zoom or Teams. Professors record lectures, post digital materials on platforms like Canvas, Blackboard, and create online discussion spaces. Hybrid learning is about flexibility. Students can access material where and when they need it. These models bring both benefits and challenges. On the positive side, they allow working students and parents and people in different time zones to participate more easily. They also open doors for global collaboration, but there are downsides. Not all students have equal access to technology, and spending long hours on screens can be exhausting. The future probably isn't fully online or fully in person, but a mix, where technology supports rather than replaces the classroom. So today, the rise of these models reminds us that education isn't about where we sit. It's about how we connect, share, and learn, no matter where we are.